Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Several days back, Senate confirms Trump ally JEANINE PIRRO as top federal prosecutor for D.C. Judge JEANINE, I believe, is going to indict the DOJ, I believe, is going to indict Adam Schiff, either for potential mortgage fraud or, in addition to mortgage fraud, leaking classified data, both of which are easy to prove. Nobody's accusing Schiff of working with another country to tarnish the reputation of Republicans or trying to foment rebellion. Those are absurd leaps of logic. They leveled against Trump because they didn't have anything against Trump. They literally purchased a Steele dossier and created a Red Scare McCarthy-era hoax. What Schiff and Letitia James and others are accused of doing, mortgage fraud, leaking classified data, very easy to prove. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. We'll get to the whistleblower allegations against Schiff right this second. Hit subscribe. This is huge.
The president has already said he wants to see Adam Schiff held accountable for the countless lies he told the American people in relation to the Russiagate scandal. I brought Tulsi Gabbard out to this podium to talk to you about all of that, and this administration is taking accountability very seriously.
And by the way, really quickly, do you think they have all the evidence? And do you think that maybe they're going to indict before midterms? Of course, the answer, these are rhetorical questions. There's zero chance, like, when people say nothing's ever going to happen, this is a new ball game, a paradigm shift, a sea change in American politics. The old Republican Party and the Democratic Party merged into one very corrupt political entity that cheated Bernie Sanders. They cheated Biden. Biden won his primary. They kicked him to the curb. They accused Trump, an innocent man, of being an operative of the Kremlin. It wasn't intelligence. They set him up and framed him. Intelligence should be based on evidence, not just a hunch from political partisans. But let's continue. They have the evidence on everyone. Okay, this is a little bit of political theater. The indictments have essentially already been written.
As for this new FBI whistleblower report, I understand Kash Patel last night declassified a 302 FBI document showing that a whistleblower who is a Democrat, a career intelligence officer who worked for Democrats on the House Intel Committee for more than a decade, repeatedly warned the FBI in 2017 that then Rep. Adam Schiff had approved leaking classified information to smear then President Donald Trump over the Russiagate scandal. This is obviously a bombshell whistleblower report. Hopefully more people in this room will cover it as such. And I have a quote from the FBI director for all of you. He has said this: "For years, certain officials used their positions to selectively leak classified information to shape political narratives. It was all done with one purpose: to weaponize intelligence and law enforcement for political gain. Those abuses eroded public trust in our institutions. The FBI will now lead the charge with our partners at DOJ, and Congress will have the chance to uncover how political power may have been weaponized and to restore accountability." That's what the administration is focused on, and hopefully we'll see some more media reports on this whistleblower allegation. If this were reversed, if this were allegations against the president or any of these cabinet officials, I'm sure everyone in this room would cover it as such. Elizabeth, go ahead.
Thanks, Caroline. After yesterday's action to federalize the D.C. police, is the president still interested in working with Congress to end the home rule? Rooted that in order for peace to happen, it is.
So there was already a Democratic or a person linked to the Democratic Party that exposed or served as a whistleblower against the senator. So the California senator is accused of leaking information. But Devin Nunes and others stated that Schiff leaked information when it happened in 2017. This is a story that has taken place since 2017. The information that was leaked about Trump, or any investigation or any absurd allegations about Trump, this was not intelligence. It wasn't journalism. It was a concerted effort by journalists who became operatives, by government officials who became operatives. So government officials and journalists from 2016 until today conspired to lie to the American people. Trump never worked with Russia. There was not a shred of evidence that Russia wanted Trump. Okay, they invaded you know where when Biden was in office and just being algorithmically friendly. Okay, the invasion took place under Biden, didn't take place under Trump. Okay, they were not the Cold War adversaries that Democrats obsessed over for 10 years. They're not afraid of Democrats. Okay, Putin was not afraid ever, not even 1 second, of Democrats. Look what he did during Biden's tenure. Okay, look at during President Obama's tenure. Annexed a part of that country and under President Obama, and then invaded the country under Biden. So they're not afraid. They were not for 1 second were they afraid of Democrats. They're not really afraid of any political party. The notion that Russia wanted Trump is just such an absurd, outlandish, ridiculous, nonsensical, sad, pathetic attempt at diverting attention from cheating Bernie Sanders. The DNC emails were written by Democrats. The fact that we knew they exist was not a plot by the Kremlin. So the Russians didn't write the DNC emails. The fact that we knew about it is like just confirmation of what we already knew. They were cheating Bernie Sanders from day one. I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. I was the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. My writing was read in the Huffington Post, The Hill, Salon, other publications from before 2015, 2016. Okay, so everyone knew. I don't have Twitter, I don't have Facebook, I don't have Instagram, I just have my YouTube channels, but I don't have social media aside from this. But I was on social media in 2015, 2016. And I remember not for 1 second did Democrats care about the DNC emails. Their entire world was, that's all you have? We're going to crush Bernie. We're going to crush Trump. And Bernie Sanders was a tool of the Democratic Party. Never even went to bat for the journalists. Never defended Assange or the people who risked their lives doing actual journalism. Sorry, if journalism points to how corrupt Democrats are, well, then stop being so utterly corrupt. Stop cheating Biden. He cheated Biden. The man, I mean, he had classified data and almost certainly bribery and graft on his own laptop with Hunter. But it's like Biden won his primary. They don't even have functioning primaries. You're talking about the most corrupt political party in modern times. But let's just continue.
Tonight, an update on an Ingram Angle exclusive. A Trump administration source telling the Angle that a criminal investigation of Adam Schiff is underway, conducted by U.S. Attorney's Office in Maryland for possible charges involving mortgage fraud. Now, this follows the story we broke last month when the Federal Housing Finance Agency sent a criminal referral to the DOJ alleging that Schiff, in multiple instances, falsified bank documents and property records to acquire more favorable loan terms. In a 2011 affidavit signed by the then California congressman, he certified that a property in Montgomery County, Maryland, is his primary residence. He also owns a condo in Burbank, California, which he's also claimed is his primary residence, and said so in 2023 during his campaign for Senate.
I think just about every member of Congress has a residence in their state and a residence back in D.C. since we're in session much of the week. And people make a family decision where they're going to have their kids. But our principal residence, our primary residence is in California. It always has been and always will be.
Ruh-roh. Well, Senator Schiff has not responded to us about these allegations, but we were able to find a statement that his campaign spokesperson gave to CNN back in 2023. She said that the Burbank condo is his primary residence, but Adams' California and Maryland addresses have been listed as primary residences for loan purposes because they're both occupied throughout the year and to distinguish them from a vacation property. Well, the law does not work that way. Let me just say that, but nice try. Look, it's anyone's guess what happens next, but we're going to stay on this story.
He might get away. He might circumvent the mortgage issue is easy to understand and easy to prove if he did commit mortgage fraud, insurance fraud. Letitia James, that is perhaps even more serious than what Adam Schiff did. But the leaking of classified data is a far greater offense. That there's no explanation for. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I do believe indictments are being written at the moment. Hit subscribe. I have no inside knowledge, just a hunch, just high confidence assessment.